Benjamin Payne. He's a great singer, acoustic guitar, and drummer. He fronted the band Yankee Bravo until just recently they had their last show. Now he's pursuing his solo career. Recently released a single, Sinner. Benjamin, you're a sinner. Here's some of the work he's done.
Maybe tomorrow. Oh, I'm a sinner. Oh, I'm a sinner.
I love that song. Hey, Benjamin. Let's start off and talk a little about, because I'm familiar with you from Yankee Bravo, but can you talk a little bit about Sinner and your solo project?
Yeah, well, it's kind of it's a bit of a return, but it's also a discovering of something new at the same time. I started out as a solo singer-songwriter before Yankee Bravo, and leaning into Yankee Bravo was leaning more into collaborative songwriting, and I worked with two other guys that were just great and fun to write songs with. And that ran its course, and I went through some pretty major shifts in my life. And on the other side of that, as John spoke about, there's a little angst crew as I was emerging into my new self. And so that song is basically just accepting that sometimes you're going to be the villain in someone's narrative. And so that song is just saying, all right, I'm the sinner. Yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
And it just felt so good to say that out loud and to sing it like that and to play it like that.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad you did.
It's the first song in the soundtrack of my new freedom.
That's the headline right there. I love it. That's great.
That's what happens when I put rosemary in my coffee. I get poetic.
Did you record that here?
Yes.
What is it like to record in this space?
Oh, this is my favorite space to record in. I had the very good fortune to grow up in Copperhead Studios up in North Canton. My dad was an engineer and producer there. Watching my dad work with other musicians, he would zero in on the one that seemed like the most uncomfortable and uplift that person, because then it elevates the whole room. And that's very much like who Ron is. And so that felt familiar. And from the moment he and I first met, which was how many years?
Oh, only 5 years.
Yeah. More like 25. But from the moment we first met, it just clicked. And so every aspect of working with him, recording with him, and then as the space has grown, you know how some places will grow and it just doesn't feel the same? This place grew and it feels even better.
Wow, that's really special. How cool. What do you like most about working on other artist projects?
Before I was singer-songwriter Benjamin, I was drummer Benjamin, and I don't remember not being able to play drums. When you're the drummer, you're providing the foundation that everybody stands on, but you're also supporting the song, so play to the song. Yeah. And I remember distinctly a session with my dad. I was 11 at the time, and I was excited because I was getting paid $50 to do this, session. And I was trying to be really impressive, so I'm trying to do my cool fills and whatever. And my dad, just playing his jam, just hit talk back, and he said, "Hey, would you stop with all of that? I need you to play the song." And listening back, yeah, that's what you want that to feel like. It's not, "Hey, look at me." It's, "Hey, listen to that song." And I got to be a part of that. I'm the drummer on that. I'm the rhythm guitar player on that. There's a feeling that you only get when you collaborate with others and do something together and then enjoy it together. And again, that's very much the heartbeat of this community here. It feels like home to be here.
Because it is. I mean, you don't think about that as like everybody wants their glory in their song. And then you say, but I played drums on that song. What a great song it is. That's really cool. And do you have any particular favorite projects over the years that you've worked on here?
Every one of them.
Every single one.
I know that sounds like just a cop-out answer, but it doesn't matter if it's somebody who is tremendously experienced at what they do and I'm coming in to, bring whatever I can bring to it, or somebody who's just getting started. In fact, if I had a preference, I get a little bit more excited about the artists who are just getting started and they've not heard what's in their head come out to life in front of them. And my favorite sensation is when an artist says, I didn't even know it could sound like that. And then, now you've contributed something, and again, it lives together with that person and with that group of musicians. And that's, if I had to put a preference on projects, it'd be working with the newer artists. Because it's pretty exciting and it's brand new. But there is something to be said for when you come into a room full of players. I had a session a couple days ago where I knew I was walking into a room full of people who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And for the first time in a little while, I had like little butterflies, like, should I be in this room? And by the time we did the first 2 takes of the tune, it was like, yeah, this is going to be all right.
It must be so great that you've been involved here for so long that you just keep being a part of what's happening here. And it's great to have a steady hand like you around.
It's a true blessing to be here. And I think I get more from being here than I have to offer. So every time I get to come here, it gets my cup full.
Yeah. And so you just released Sinner. More songs coming?
More songs coming. I'm reworking a couple of songs from Yankee Bravo because I was hearing them a little bit differently, and I thought, man, that'd be kind of interesting to retouch those songs. And I'm really looking into some collaborations, and so I've reached out to some people saying, would you consider this song and maybe jump in on it with me? Or I haven't written a song that I think you and I would sound good on yet. Could we write a song together? So I'm reaching out for collaborations and just kind of focusing on singles right now instead of an album. That may come or may not come, but the music world has changed so much. And I do believe that there's importance to the album for sure, but I also know that a lot of folks don't listen to albums, and you got to kind of catch them with the single. But eventually there'll be an album, I'm sure, that drops.
It's exciting to get that single from you. Can't wait to hear more. And it's so great to meet somebody who's been involved here for so long. So Benjamin Payne, thanks.